Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Happy Friday to you. Tom Clark here, episode number 228. 28 weeks removed from the 200th episode anniversary celebration. I almost screwed that line up. Are you proud of me? I got it right. How's everybody doing out there today in Facebook land? I am doing freaking fantastic. I'm sitting here today, had to go out this morning and do a few things. It is now 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Facebook Live, and we are back for a really big show. Let's go ahead and get some hey up on the screen. Bam, there's one right there. Let's get some more going. Someone say it with me. Bam, there it is. Oh my God, isn't it pretty? Stuff moves. We're like C-SPAN up in here. Okay. So let's say our hellos and our greetings. Sandy from Germany, I fully expect you to be there. And there you are, my friend. Guten Tag to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Shannon, how are you? Great to see you. Air Jackson, what's up? Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging as always, brother. I appreciate you. I'm doing well, my friend. Double V, Victor in the house. Victor Vasquez. What's up, my friend? How are you? Jamel in Vegas. Those words just go together, man. Thank you for hanging out as well, dude. I appreciate you. Carlos Martinez, what's going on? Gene, you've not hung out with us in a bit, I don't think. How are you? Belinda, good to see you as always. Christopher Ray Patton, what's going on? Glad you're hanging out here. Dave is early. Good for you, Dave. Good on you, my friend. You are actually early and ready to roll. Sugar Shane back in the house. I'm glad to hear that you are on the mend, my friend. Glad to hear. Very good. Eric Stimping deserves a shout out. Hope is always well, brother. Here's your shout out. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. Thanks for coming back. I'm not working Fridays. I am otherwise wrapped up next Friday. We will not be here next Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and release that right now. Full disclosure. I was going to reveal that later, but there you go. Jane Hannah Scott, JHS. What's up? How are you? How are you doing? Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh my God. Chad, there you are, my friend. How are you? Chad Too Bad in the house. What's up, Cam? Trucker Cam. There you go. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. Scott, how are you doing today? Cam, are you driving today? If you are, Cam, please be careful up in the Great White North. Jane, how are you? Doing good? What's up, Robbie? Hey, yo, Elvis, how are you, my friend? Mark is up there in Canada with you, Cam. Yeah, man, having a good day so far myself, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. I read that wrong, but I got you. Man, Mike's asking about Keith Lee out the gate. I don't even have a topic or a subject banner for Keith Lee today. All kinds of stuff going on with that cat. Mia Yim is asking for people to be courteous and to give them their space. He has nothing to say. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like let's get the cops involved. It's not. I don't know, right? But I don't think it's anything that intense. But I mean, it just looks like there's just nothing happening. Montrese, what's going on? Montrese is going to Money in the Bank. Have a blast. Be safe. Gene, glad to hear you're back. Awesome. James, I'm doing great, my friend. Tony in Tennessee, what's up, my friend? Man, I love saying hello to everybody. Air Jackson says WWE live event in Orlando, Florida in August. Awesome, dude. Me and my kid were talking the other day about when we're going to get back to going to see some live pro wrestling. He's in. So the boy is in. That's a good thing for me. I can't wait to get started. We get started with our own company next Saturday again. I'm super stoked for that. HVW Proving Ground live next Saturday. Doors open at 6:30, bell time 7 p.m. I've been hyping it like a madman, or at least trying to. And we're hoping for a good turnout, hoping for a really good show. So I'm anxious for that. So my first show back with fans in a live wrestling show is my own company. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to be cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, Brian's hitting on something right out the gate. Thank you, Montrese. I appreciate you. We're going to stream the show. The plan is to stream the show. I'm going to put links up on my social media. Listen, kids, here's my ask. When you see the links, please share them on your page. That would be freaking fantastic. If you guys could do that for me and HVW would greatly appreciate it. I promise you that. Everybody, while you're here, there's 32 of you. I see all of you. Some of you are in your underwear, but it's okay if you're having coffee. That kind of goes together in the mornings, doesn't it? I might have a sip, by the way. Goodness. All right. Everybody, while you're here, there's 30. Now there's 30 of you. I just lost 2 with the underwear comment. My apologies. You guys split because of the underwear comment, and I just lost 2 more. We'll get it back PG, I promise you. Everybody that's still here, hit the like, hit the heart, the thumbs up, hey, hit all that for me. That would be awesome if you do that. Great. Chris says, I'll donate the ticket price. I just know I ain't making from Atlanta to there and back. That's a long haul, my friend. That's a long haul. Maybe next time, man. Maybe next time. Oh, and folks, speaking of wrestlers involved, Ghazi is one of our rising stars in HVW. He's going to be in the dark match next week. Everybody go follow him on the Facebook. I know he'll greatly appreciate it. Sandy in Germany, go follow Ghazi. And Ghazi, go follow Sandy's page, World of Wrestling. All right? Sandy in Germany is a good guy, man. Will, how you doing, my friend? Kids, we've already had people talking about this. Today, by the way, is the AEW Double or Nothing preview. Isn't that fun? I love previewing shows other than Vince McMahon's company, pal. However, as you see below, we got some news and notes to get to. We're going to get these things out the gate, and then we're going to move on to Double or Nothing. So if you are a fan of AEW, brother, are you in the right place? And if you're a fan of Tom, you're always in the right place, baby. What can I say? I'm vintage. I'm in demand. I'm in my prime. That's a Tombstone reference. If you get that, good on you. Here is the latest buzz from the world of WWE. I got thoughts. Where's Lance at? Lance isn't here yet. Cindy's an Okie, kid. She's hanging out with us. Cindy, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. What's up, Toby? How you doing, my friend? Chris, I can't put your comment up. You're cursing. Language. Captain America reference. Lance isn't here. Dudes at Ringside Wrestling Podcast, by the way. Good stuff. Go check that out if you will. Lance is my New Japan conversation. Shows Sugar Shane and quite a few of you, honestly. No worries, Chris. No worries. The possible, and news broke over, I guess overnight, a possible working relationship between WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Whew. Mike, I don't know about the rumors about something. All right. Can I be honest with you, Mike? What I read was from a site that I don't really trust. I'm not going to name that site on the air, but I'm not really, I'm only going to buy that when I see proof. I need proof of that. Do you know what I mean? I need it to be sourced other than just this one site, because I don't really care much for that site's reporting, if I'm being straight. So believe it when you see it. All right. The rumors of a New Japan partnership with WWE got me feeling all kinds of feelings. It got me thinking all kinds of thoughts. Here's my deal. What I wanted to see was New Japan forming a solid partnership with AEW, which is what has been happening. Okay. For the most part, which is what has been happening. But now the rumors that WWE is getting involved, dude, I'm just not crazy about this. This report, we will source our information, kids. The Wrestling Observer is reporting, Wrestling Observer newsletter, to be more factual. Supposedly, the WWE, now listen, This is all just on the surface until we know more for sure. Okay, but supposedly they are interested in pursuing a working relationship with New Japan. WWE President Nick Khan has been in talks with New Japan Pro Wrestling about WWE becoming New Japan Pro Wrestling's exclusive American partner. We know that Ring of Honor had that distinction before. And yes, New Japan has been dealing with AEW exclusively over the past, and some with Impact as well. Okay. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this? Carlos says they better be working with someone because that thing is, you're talking about WWE is sinking fast. If you're talking about in terms of the product, I would agree with you. Monday Night Raw is atrocious, but that company's not going anywhere anytime soon. I feel what you're saying, though. I feel what you're saying. Chad says Vince should sell the company, in my opinion. I don't know if it'd be better or worse, Chad, to be honest with you. I think the second you involve more non-wrestling people behind the scenes is the second that company starts to have true issues creatively and in a lot of other ways as well. Everyone take a second. There's 40 of you. Hi, everyone. I'm Tom. What's up? Take a look at Brian's comment. What I want to know is what's going to happen with Jon Moxley's U.S. title. Here's what I hope, Brian. I hope that if this supposed relationship with New Japan and WWE comes to fruition, John's no longer holding that title. I don't care to see Jon Moxley in a ring with WWE talent. I just don't. I know he's still got friends there, and that's great, but I like Jon Moxley a lot. I had mixed feelings on Dean Ambrose. I think Jon Moxley is doing the best work of his life, the best work of his entire career. He's carved out a whole other persona for himself, a whole other reputation. I think he's doing great work right now, and I don't want to see him mix it up with WWE talent. That is just my take. That is just my opinion. That's just how I see it. You guys cannot like that. It's cool. Where'd you go? There you is. Sorry, man. What's up, Cordell? Thanks for hanging out. Ghazi says, if it means Okada will be WWE champion, I'm okay with it. Oh. Loves me some Okada. Okada's best in the world. Believe that, okay? I don't care what anybody says. I love AJ. I enjoy Seth a lot. I love Will Ospreay. Rich Swann's really, really good. Kenny Omega is very good. I mean, for me, it's Okada. I'm sorry. It's how I feel. It's how I feel. Where are you, Chris? WWE should have done it as soon as AEW was announced for a company that snatches up talent. Just because I'm surprised they didn't work out something. Very good point. Why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do a preemptive strike? Chris, here's your answer. I think take it or leave it. Right. Here's what I think. Okay. I don't believe that they thought AEW was going to make much noise. Now, we've been through this. I'm not going to rehash an old conversation. Do they consider AEW competition? No, not the traditional sense of the word in terms of, is this company going to overthrow us? No one in that company believes that, in my humble estimation. That's what I think. Okay. But I do think that they see them as competition in terms of getting some ratings, pulling viewers' eyes away from the WWE product, give them something different, and thus, in their minds, better. That's what I think. They are a competition on a level, but not the level a lot of people think that it is. So the fact that they didn't move quicker, interesting. I'm with you. That's very interesting. Shannon says, Vince didn't get Jon Moxley. How would he get the talent in New Japan? He wouldn't know what to do with him. They should read. Everyone read. I know my audience is educated. Read this. Okay? Vince didn't get Jon Moxley. How would he get the talent? Do you think Vince gets Minoru Suzuki? Chris, where are you? Do you think that when Vince looks at Minoru Suzuki that he's like, that guy's got it, pal. I love it. Think about that. It's comical. Now, here's the problem. If Vince is much deeper thinker than we give him credit for, do you know why we can't give him credit for it? Because he never shows it to us. He doesn't show it to us through his interviews, through his product, more importantly, through his product. for the most part, we believe Vince is on the surface and he's all, adolescent silly jokes, because that's what we've always believed him to be. And that's basically what he's always been. Right. Okay. So if he's anything other than that, there you go. Prove it. Mike says, honestly, I think they should stop the brand split. NXT wrestlers come to Raw and SmackDown without really being caught up to either roster. The only thing is, I'm afraid that Vince will still want that specific person on Raw or SmackDown. That might pull the ratings up for both. Maybe. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, honestly. Ghazi says Suzuki would knock Roman's teeth out and show Vince what he's got. All right, so Ghazi, you know the deal. The truth of the matter is, if Suzuki knocked Roman's teeth out, that would be bad for business for New Japan. It would give certain fans a rise, and they'd say, oh, see, they're tougher. But the key, and you know this, and everyone here pretty much knows this, the key to pro wrestling, of course, is to not knock the guy's teeth out of his mouth, right? It's to give the impression that you're absolutely killing him. But the thought is as soon as you get in the locker room, the other guy says, how was that for you? Brother, I didn't feel a thing. Thanks for the match. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome. Let's do it again. Right? If someone's bleeding like a stuck pig, there's a problem. I know you get that. I'm saying a lot of fans, believe it or not, don't get that. They legit think that Suzuki would go in the ring and go into business for himself. Suzuki's a pro. You know what I mean? Lance Archer's a pro. Okada's a pro. Come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mox is a pro. You think Mox would go into a match with anybody with thoughts of, I'm gonna kill this guy, I'm gonna tear this guy up? Nah. I get what you're saying though, but a lot of people actually take that as gospel, what you just said, for sure. Where are you at, Chris? There you are. Especially if Gato's involved and it's a working relationship, I have some faith. I agree with that. I agree with that, honestly. Will says, I'd say Shinsuke Nakamura win one of the major titles. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us would. Oh, curse words, language. Listen, I'm doing it not just for my benefit, but for the benefit of Wrestling Rumors. You know what I'm saying? And listen, if anybody else in Wrestling Rumors is cursing, go with God. I don't care. I don't answer for them. See what I'm saying? I just want to be sure I'm keeping it clean here, kids. I appreciate you. You're right. He would be light on him. And you know what? Here's the thing, and we'll move on in a second, but especially a guy like AJ will be the first one to tell you, if you don't come to the ring snug, don't come to the ring. I want to get kicked in the mouth. I want to get punched in the face. I want to get kicked in the gut. That's what he wants. He's made it very clear. Guys like AJ, you can go there. Other guys, a lot of the guys, I'm sure you can go there, but it has to be the understanding of, is it cool if I go here? How you feeling? Brother, let's do it. Let's put on a show, right? So I'm sure a lot of them would have no issue with it at all. Yeah. And the strong style thing, oh, they're killing. Oh, Tom, did you see that forearm? They work like that all the time. Tell me how Naito can work 6 nights in a row. Now, Naito and Ibushi are, it looks like they're trying to kill each other. They're not, but they bring it. They bring it every time. That I have no desire to see Naito and Ibushi work again because it scares the living daylights out of me, if I'm being straight with you. I don't want to see them work again. It's cringe. Oh my God, he's going to kill him. You see what I'm saying? But to be fair, that's how they all work over there, man. That's their style. You know what I mean? I got a question. Before we move on, real quick, because this is supposed to be AEW preview show, I got a question for you. How many talents, how many of the workers in WWE would even be able to go 5 minutes with any of that? I think those guys over there. We're talking about never worked on the indies, never worked in a high school gym somewhere, a National Guard Army in front of 10 people. They reported the PC, they learned the PC, trained the PC, they work on television. How many of them could actually go? You don't have to name names. You don't have to name names. I'm asking what you guys think. What's up, Dane? Thanks for hanging out, my friend. Wrestling Geeks Alliance. Did I get it right that time? Podcast. Everybody go check it out. Elvis says Shinsuke should be arrested for stealing King Corbin's crown. We won't get too deep in the weeds here, although we've already done that, to be honest with you. So let's wrap this up here with Toby. Whatever happens, I just want to see Tama Tonga get mainstream exposure. Too many people have never heard of him, and that's sad. I feel the same way about the Briscoes. I couldn't agree more. G.O.D. and the Briscoes, man. I'd love to see it. Ray Dean in the house. Adam Cole represent. What's up? Let's talk about a couple more things. We'll jump to ratings, then we'll get to AEW. All right. Tom Phillips and I always mispronounce his name. Aiden Verk. Aiden Verk released. Verk, not so much of a surprise. He struggled. I'm just being real. Tom Phillips, very much a surprise. Phillips was as good as it gets in that company. It was the heir apparent to Michael Cole is what we all thought. And we didn't know there had to be a Michael Cole heir apparent, but apparently ever since they made it abundantly clear that JR is not welcome anymore, as evidenced by the number of times they fired the guy and brought him back and demeaned him on live television. And I won't get into all that, even though I just kind of did. It's a shame. It is what it is. That's that company. That's how they roll. But this guy was supposed to be the one to take the reins from Cole at some point. By the way, kids, everyone, please, while you're here, hit the thumbs up and the heart button. It would mean loads to me. I very much appreciate you doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please and thank you. Shannon says, why would you fire one of your best on commentary? He wasn't annoying, and he called the matches. Thank you. And guess what else he didn't do? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Hey, Seamus, what are your thoughts? Hey, Vince, what are your thoughts? I hate that with every fiber of my stupid being. William says WWE is afraid of AEW new show in August after SmackDown. I don't know if they're afraid. I'm sure they're keeping an eye on it. I'm sure they're keeping an eye on it. Happy Friday to you as well, Cherie. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Carla says, who's going to be the mystery guest on the Casino Ladder match? Good question. We got some free and clear talents out there who haven't landed with anybody yet. Who do you guys think the mystery guest, the mystery opponent might be? Mystery participant might be? Andrade, perhaps? Possible, isn't it? Possible. Yes, happy birthday to Seth Rollins. Thank you, Shannon. I thought Graves was the heir apparent. Vince is supposedly so high on Graves is not the lead commentator for that company, kids. His shtick is so old to me. I just, no disrespect. I think he does a bang up job. From where I'm sitting, in my humble opinion, I just, sometimes the material he does, do you know what I mean? Now, to be fair, a lot of his stuff, I'm sure he's getting through his headset. It is what it is. I can't hate on it too much. Bring back Samoa Joe. What if he's the mystery participant in the Casino Ladder match? I'd be all right with that. I'd be totally all right with that. Chris says, turns out hiring someone as a lead announcer who doesn't like wrestling or has never watched is a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I am totally with you on that. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Keith's already called this for us, kids. Keith's got this all figured out. Verk was awful. Where'd he go? Verk was awful. Phillips was surprised and tried to be the surprise entrant. Well, that's it. Let's go home. Thanks for watching. Hey, Keith, I'm with you. I don't want to say awful. He was ill-equipped. Verk was ill-equipped to do this job. Phillips was a pleasant surprise. I thought he did great. Andrade, I'd love to see him in AEW. We'll see what happens. Michael says, I like Pat McAfee. Nothing wrong with that. Go like him. Perfectly fine. I don't hate the guy at all. I'm the play-by-play guy for HVW, Ray. I do the best I can. I'm not the best you've ever heard, but I hope I'm not the worst. That's the goal. Did Joe have the 90-day no-compete? Or did his contract go up? If his contract went up, he doesn't have the 90-day no-compete. If he didn't re-sign, in other words, if he wasn't waived or fired or whatever, then yeah, he's got the no-compete, I think. I think that's how it works. What do you think about Finn Balor? Finn Balor possibly going back to Raw or SmackDown. I think as long as they handle him correctly, it's fine. Will they handle him correctly? You never can tell, kids. We'll see. McIntyre versus Kingston, #1 contenders match this coming Monday on Raw. Who wins the match to face Bobby Lashley is it Hell in a Cell? Is that what's coming up next? Am I wrong? I think it's Hell in a Cell, isn't it? Am I wrong? Is it Hell in a Cell? Or is it Money in the Bank? It's Hell in a Cell. Isn't it? I think. I can't remember. Is it? If Phil were here, he would tell you that Kofi versus Lashley is an extremely big deal. It's two African Americans battling for the WWE Championship. To which I would say yes, yes, and yes all day. Not only because of that, but because Kofi's so good and he deserves to be championship level contender. And plus, I've seen Lashley and McIntyre mix it up a lot more than just one time. And while I enjoy their matches, I would love to see him get it. Not only the opportunity, but the title. Toby says, I'd love to see Jacob Fatu show up, and he's the one to dethrone Roman. We always go down the road of who's going to be, and you know that you're onto something good. How's my hair? Is my hair on point today? I feel like it's kind of we always talk about who's going to dethrone Roman in the end. And it's a good sign that you're doing something right. A good sign that you're doing something right. Because we have the conversation not of, why is he in this spot? It's who could beat this guy? Look how we've changed on Roman. I never hated Roman to begin with. I didn't hate on Roman. I hated his booking. And I made that abundantly clear for years. I hated his booking. I hated a lot of things about the way he was portrayed, the things they made him say, the suffering succotash stuff. Dude, I hate a lot of what they did with him. I hated the fact they tried to shove him down your throat. I hated that. I never hated him, right? I'm sure a lot of you didn't. Yeah. So, but now I think he's doing the best work of his career. Yes, sir. Austin Creed. Consequences Creed, otherwise is known as Xavier Woods, is very good, and I think should be on that level also. Carlos says, something will happen between Kofi and Drew match. They will make it a triple threat. That's what they usually do, isn't it, Carlos? Good call. I would not be surprised. Toby says, if let Cena be the one, I might lose my mind. Ooh. Yeah, there's a rumor going around Cena and Reigns at SummerSlam. Ooh. Mark says he might be a heel. I mean, what does it benefit John to turn now? If John didn't turn when Punk was searing white hot and beating him in merch sales, why turn now? And I'll tell you something. Looking back, hindsight and all that, right? Looking back on it, maybe it's a good thing John didn't turn heel when Punk was at his peak. Because would Cena have overshadowed Punk at that point? Because the heel turn would have been so massive. I don't know. Maybe it would have worked out for everybody involved. We'll never know, right? Let's talk about ratings. Then we're going to get to AEW. This week's SmackDown, 1.83 million compared to last week's 1.80 million, up just a scoosh. This week, Raw, 1.62 million, and that's down from last week's 1.82. Raw's a train wreck, kids. Don't know if you know. Now you know. It's hard to watch. It's painful. I mean, hey, remember the match we gave you 6 weeks ago? And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2? We're going to give it to you again. Remember that match? Remember that match we gave you 8 weeks in a row on TV for free and then put it on the monthly network special? And you thought that was a blow off? Well, guess what? We're going to give it to you again tonight. What? I got a button for that. Why would I do that? I could have had that thing set up and I blew it. What? You want me to go through it again? I can. I could totally re-edit this sucker. Yeah. Just this idea. Listen. You had these two guys feuding. Like Baszler and Jax, the whole thing. The whole thing with Lana. Every week's the same thing. What? Then they do it the next week. Then at the pay-per-view. What? Then on Raw again. What? Then on SmackDown. What? Then on NXT. What? And then back on the pay-per-view. What? And they think, I want to see it again. They think, I want to see it again. Know what I think? It doesn't matter what you think. Can't tell me that wasn't perfect. I like when stuff works. It makes me happy inside when stuff works. I can't hit all buttons, kids. I hit what works. I hit what works. Where am I? Oh, no, Chris. Dark Order, right? What's her name with Dark Order? I'm drawing a blank. What's the Dark Order? What's her name? When they say her name? Anna. That's good stuff. Oh, I love that so much. We've got some good matches out of it. I can't argue that. I won't argue that. Riddle and Kofi on Monday? Am I getting that right? Excellent match. We've gotten some good matches. The same guys. And listen, you have to add something different. Everybody here's smart. My audience is smart. I've told you this. Have I told you this? I believe that. You have to add something smart. You got to mix it up. Add something fresh. Add something new. Keep it fresh as much as you can. Do you see what I'm saying? Just saying. And they tend to not do that too awful much. This week's AEW. Here's my best Yano. Ready? It's good, right? It's visual. If you're listening to the audio version of this show, you're missing out. We don't know because AEW's on tonight. Preempted by the NBA, pal. On tonight. Last week they did, was it 8/21? The go-home show, I think we'll do better tonight. We'll see. Last week, NXT, 700,000. This week, down to 698. It is what it is. I give you the ratings. If you like them, fine. If you don't, that's fine too. It's what a lot of you came here for today. We're 30 minutes in. We'll spend the last 30 talking about this. Then we'll go to the open floor. You ready? The AEW Double or Nothing preview. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom. I got the beard and the headset. So let's get on with this. There's a bunch of matches here. There's 10 of them. As of right now, as of this airing live, baby, there's 10 of these babies. Are you kidding me? 10 of them. I love a stacked card of good matches. And guess what? There's some good matches here, baby. Let's do this. The Young Bucks versus Mox and Kingston, AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Here's something you already know. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston are the Butch and Sundance of AEW. They are the Foley and Funk of AEW. They are the Riggs and Murtaugh. Well, they're more like the Riggs and Riggs of AEW. Where are my Lethal Weapon fans at? They're awesome. They're so good. They complement each other. They vibe off of each other so well. They bounce off each other like insane. They're two buddies doing pro wrestling. They are two buddies doing pro wrestling. They are the spirit of this company. They are the spirit of this company. For all of you WWE lifers who are watching and perhaps listening or watching after the fact or what have you, for all you WWE lifers who don't understand who cares about this AEW crap? What's all this hoo-ha over the AEW stuff? Let me break it down for you. Let me roll my sleeves up because it's good stuff. Mox and Kingston embody the spirit of AEW. You want to know why? Because they're two friends doing pro wrestling. It's that simple. I don't have a soapbox rant. I don't have a 20-minute explanation. There are two friends doing pro wrestling. It's that simple, and they're very good at it. They're very good at it. It's simple. They have fun. They enjoy it, and they're very good at it. You know what's not happening in that company? Read this. Read this. Here, you read this. Memorize it. We need some shots. Can we get some shots of her before a match? Check her makeup. When you go out in the ramp, flip your hair and do all this. And be sure you do this in the match. Don't forget. Be sure you say then, you better read this in the promo. Mox and Kingston are two friends doing pro wrestling right. And you know why it works? No one's telling them what to do. They get to be themselves. Imagine that. A pro wrestler in 2021 who gets to go out and ad-lib, who gets to go out and do what he's trained, what he's learned, and what he's good at to do. And that is to work on the fly. No script. None needed. Mox and Kingston. That's why AEW is a success with fans. It's not just because of the personalities. It's not just because of a lot of stuff in between. The imagery, that's a different set, it's a different vibe, it's a different cast of characters. All that, yes. But because they don't have that strict adherence to company guidelines, company policy. Let's make all these sponsors happy. Let's do this, and this. Yikes. You see what I'm saying? That's why people are into this, folks. That's why they're into this. Toby says, don't have Eddie turn on Mox. I don't. Toby, thank you. I don't believe he's ever going to turn on Mox. You want to know why? He's already done it one time, and twice is too freaking much. Way too much. You see what I'm saying? Way too much. Now, are they going to feel that way? I couldn't tell you. So, I don't know. We shall see. Who you guys got in this? I got a lot of people picking the Bucks to win. Shannon says, when Mox and Kingston speak, you believe every word. Shannon, you're on point today. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Timothy, for your response. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah. So, who you guys got? You think the Bucks are going to keep the belts? I would not be surprised if Mox and Kingston win the titles. However, the Bucks with Omega right now look like they're unbeatable. I wouldn't be surprised by that either. Tim says he's picking Mox and Kingston. JD says Bucks all the way. Who you guys got? Give it to me. We're going to move on to the next match. One more, and I'll move it on, folks. Who you guys got for this match? Who's your pick? Who's your fave? Who you got? Keith says, sadly, Bucks win. On that note, let's move to the next match. I like the way you said that. Sting's in-ring return, and it's not a concept. It's not a theatrical. It's not cinematic. It's in the ring. No props, no gimmicks that we know of. Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Okay, so what's your thoughts on this match? By the way, you guys know how I feel about Sting. Everyone play nice. Be pretty. Be purty. Sound better? Be purty with each other. Play nice, okay? Especially toward the host. You guys know how I feel about Sting. His life, his body, his business. Let him work if he wants to work. Life's too short. Let him go out on his own terms. I just summed it up for you, okay? Period. That goes for anybody. I don't care what veteran we're talking about. I don't care. It's fine. Do it. Go with God. Be safe. Go with God. That's what I think. JD says Scorpio and Page win. So happy to see Sting. He's winning, Ray says. Timothy just asked for the button. Here you go, Tim.
It's Sting!
Oh, it's so much fun. It makes me so happy inside. That's the wrong call. I mean, Sting does that too. But Sting's more like, wow, right? Right? I get you. Keith says Sting and Darby win. Sting's first match in front of a crowd in 6 years. No way they book him. They book him to lose. I agree. Thank you, Christopher. It isn't anyone's place to tell an athlete to stop working. I freaking agree. No doubt about it. Shannon says Sting knows what he can and can't do. He'll be just fine. He took a power bomb from Brian by God Cage. Gave him a power bomb through the ring. Are you kidding? Guess what Sting did? Got back up. You want to know why? He ain't made of glass. Now, I'm not taking a power bomb from Brian by God Cage. No, sir. Not interested. However, do I think Brian by God Cage would protect me as much as he possibly could? Yes, sir, I do. I trust him. Why wouldn't I? He's a pro, right? Until I was told otherwise, I'd trust him. I would be putting my life, my well-being in his hands. It's an interesting dichotomy, isn't it? We get this imagery of these personas of these guys and gals, and we think, oh, he's the toughest guy ever. Oh, he's going to kill this guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? But the truth is, it's a dance. Pro wrestling, from the lockup, if you look at the lockup, okay, my hand goes right here in the bend of his arm. This hand goes behind the neck, okay? And the guy reverses it on me. That's the lockup. You don't know how to lock up, I'm teaching you. Pay attention. That's the lockup. All we have to do is move our arms in this fashion. My arm goes behind his back. I grab his hand. I'm leading him. That's a dance. Pro wrestling is nothing but a dance. You give, you take. Try not to step on each other's toes. And if you do the dance properly, at the end, people are going, did you see those two? They killed it. You guys are awesome. You guys should go on the road with that. Pro wrestling is a dance. That's all. Boil it down to its bare essentials. That's all we're talking about, kids. Pro wrestling is a dance. That's it. Once you understand that, then you'll know you don't step on your dance partner's feet. That's not, you see what I'm saying? That's not going to work. You have to know. What else with dancing? Timing. You're stepping here, she's stepping there. He's stepping here, she's stepping there. See what I'm saying? You know when to lead. And if you don't know if you lead, and then maybe she leads back and forth. Usually one person leads. You know what that is? That's one person calling the match. Then if it comes time, you want to twirl her out. You see she's into it. She twirls out. She comes back. Okay. You gave her some heat. See what I'm saying? You give her some shine right there. Dancing is pro wrestling. Pure and simple. That's all it is. The cat's out of the bag. There you go. Shannon says the full crowd's reactions will be amazing. The chants, the reactions, they'll be genuine. A lot of these wrestlers feed off a crowd. I can't wait. Absolutely. Victor says this is Tom Clark's Beyond the Mat. I like it, pal. I like it. Carlos says, do you think Sting gets one last title before he retires for good? TNT Championship, maybe. That'd be my pick. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he needs it. I don't know that he would even care about it, to be honest with you. He didn't care about it in WWE, apparently. I don't know. All right, kids. What's your pick on this? And then we'll move on. Someone give me your take. Do you think Sting and Darby go over? How do you think the partnership with them is going to end at some point? You think it's going to end badly for one of them? I hope not, but you never can tell. You never know what's going to happen, right? What's your guys' choices on this? Ray, we'll get to Brit. I promise you. We're getting there. Everybody hang on. Shannon says Sting and Darby. Thank you, Shannon. What's everybody else got? And then we'll move on to the next match. Give me one more. We'll move on. You guys can dwell on this later. Timothy, we got you, brother. Sky and Paige win. There you go. We're going to move to the next match after my long, extensive rant. All right. The Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle Stadium Showdown match. Remember how I said that they had touched each other too much? They touched each other way too early. And this, I can't believe this thing is still going. I'm really looking forward to this. I thought Blood and Guts was fun. Scary at times, but fun. Call the top off the cell thing. I don't care. It's over. I'm over it. Move on with your lives, kids. All right. But I'm really looking forward to the Stadium Showdown thing. I think it's going to be crazy, entertaining fun. Is this going to close out the show, you think? It might. The World Championship match is not exactly a show-closing affair, in my humble opinion. No disrespect to the guys involved. I think you close the show with this. Put the focus back on both these guys, both these factions. Les factions de ingouvernables. Is that right? In ROH? Les factions. Les factions ingouvernables, I think is what it's called. Wakanda forever. Bam. There you go. Screenshot that. That was hot. It wasn't really. It's a white guy doing it. It's not the same thing as T'Challa is freaking the king of Wakanda. Don't even get me started. It's not the same, but it's still cool. All right. So what do you guys think about the Stadium Showdown? Ray says Inner Circle losing and Sammy turns. I think if anybody turned on the Inner Circle, I just don't think it would be Sammy. I think they've established this group as baby faces now in as much as they can. And I just, in my opinion, I don't see Sammy turning heel again. I think this is only because I think he's a big money baby face in the making. A top baby face in the making. JD says the Pinnacle wins because Jericho is going on tour with Foz. JD, good call. JD, good call. I'm not going to argue with that. You could always say that Inner Circle will win and then they'll destroy him afterward. What if the entire Inner Circle turn on Jericho? What if they're all lined up and they've got weapons and stuff and they're all, and like Chris is right behind them and they all turn around to face him? Remember what the Shield did to Kane that night when they turned face? I'm not calling it. I'm just throwing it out there. Chris says, I could see Jericho getting ousted and Sammy taking the group over. Chris, I don't hate that. Sorry, Toby. No turning, please. Have a clean decision. Let both sides move on. Chris, I love your idea. And Toby, I love yours equally as well. I love yours equally as well. Because if it ends weird, this thing will never be over. And you're either going to let the Pinnacle ride the top like the Horsemen or you're not. And if you're not, you can end it however you want to. But if the goal is that they're the Horsemen, they're the end all, be all, know all, beat all, then they should beat all, which means they should go over and be the top dogs, the kings of AEW. Okay? So, no screwy endings. However, Chris, again, the idea of Jericho getting ousted makes sense because Fozzie's leaving. If they all turned on him, or if the group lost the match, and the stipulations here that if they lose, the Inner Circle's over, right? And they end it. Honestly, you know what in my opinion would be a great way to end it is if they take the L and the Pinnacle kind of goes off and they're celebrating champagne or whatever, and they're all just kind of looking at each other, and Chris is like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and they're all just like, "We had a good ride," and they just kind of end with hugs and stuff, and that's the end of it. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool because it's different? And you could always set up storylines after the fact. You could always set something up later. It doesn't have to be, you know what I think? I think we're all so conditioned by the WWE machine to, all right, is it any tonight? All right, if it ends tonight, start tonight. Right now, tonight. Give us a minute to breathe. Give us a minute to process, and then start it the next night or the next week. You see what I'm saying? Now, either one of these things could happen. And if it goes over well, I'd be okay with it. I'd be totally okay with it. Timothy's calling it. Inner Circle wins this match. We got Inner Circle vote. Who else we got? JD says we're going to see the golf cart thing. I would like very much to see Sammy driving the cart this time. And knocking down MJF with it. That would be crazy fun for me to see. JD says, are we going to see, I'm sorry, I believe Sammy's going to get a big push. I think he should. I think he's in prime position to get it. And I do believe he's a top babyface act waiting to happen, folks. I truly believe that right now. I just don't think it needs much pushing, poking, and prodding for it to get there. Oh, Chris, you and I may not be on the same page here. Inner Circle going to go to a rubber match. Oh, I mean, maybe. I just don't know if I can take another one. I think they're just so big. The Horseman versus Dusty and his boys was different. They were touring the country. The crowd in Chicago didn't see what happened in Greensboro the night before. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was too much. To that town, it felt brand new. You know what I mean? But for this stuff, it's on live TV every week and on pay-per-view. Oh, they may do it. I don't know. Who's my pick? Thank you, Tim. God. Thank you, Tim, for asking. I think Pinnacle takes it. My opinion. Let's move on, kids. Serena Deeb versus Rijo, NWA World Women's Championship match. I, for one, am very much looking forward to this. Rito's got Rito. Whoa. Nothing? Okay. She's got her haters. People don't. She's too small, Tom. Yeah, so's Darby. Let it go. I can't deal with what I can't change. Therapists will tell you that. You can't deal with what you can't change. You can only deal with what's in front of you and what reality is. Now, if you want to change your own reality, you have the power to do that. I can't make Riho get a foot taller and gain 50 pounds muscle. Can't do it. It's out of my control. I can't deal with that. Years ago, when I wrote about John Cena every single night, every night, every day, every week, every month, for years, John Cena, Randy Orton, John Cena, Randy Orton, John Cena. Did it get old? Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Did I hate on them for it? No. I can't change it. My job was to report on it and to write about it and analyze. That's what I did. So listen, I can't change Riho's body weight and her height. It is what it is. Now, if people don't like her because they don't like her, whatever. You can like who you want. Free country. At least I don't. Maybe it still is. Who knows? But no, you can like who you want to like. Totally fine. I will tell you that in Serena Deeb's hands, she will be just fine. Not that Rijo wouldn't be fine either way, but guess what? I think this will be fine. I think this will be a good match. Is it going to steal the show? Maybe not. Maybe not. Nate Dogg. Everyone say hello to a great freaking friend, a great brother. There you go, my friend, and my producer. Darby's crazy increases his weight and height on camera. 10 feet, was it 10 foot tall and bulletproof? That's him. I agree. Shannon says Rijo and Serena to get the first full crowd reaction. These ladies will tear the house down. Honestly, I think you're probably going to end up being right. Everyone's saying hello to Nate Dogg. We need a guy named Warren to be in this chat. Go find me a Warren, kids. Ricardo says, what's up, Ricardo? Says Deeb retains. I agree. I think she'll keep the belt. Elvis says Deeb retains. Vic says it's Rio's last match on her contract. I did not know that. How do you know that? Do I know that? I don't think I know that. Was that advertised? Maybe it is. Yeah, we'll see. I like both of them. I really like Serena. Always have. Even since the Straight Edge Society, because she was so good in that. Hey, man, Adam Page versus Brian Cage. This is the battle that you've all waited for. It's Page versus Cage. With all the rage. In this day and age. I'm almost out of words. The war they will wage. I think that's it. Take my advice, for it is sage. That was a reach, wasn't it? How hard will this match hit? It'll be impossible to gauge. I really am my own biggest fan. Paige wins. Taz turns on. Yeah, I think the split. Isn't it funny how they teased the split with Brian Cage and then it didn't happen? He's back to being Taz's lapdog. Isn't that different? That's kind of WB move, isn't it? It's kind of weird. We'll see. If Rijo wins, then I believe that the number one contender will go to Camille and NWA. Yeah, I'd be down with that. Toby says down with the freestyle. That's probably the only freestyle I could ever do. I could talk. I can't rap, but yeah, that's all I got for you. Sugar Shane says, hey, man, wins with a buckshot out of nowhere. That'd be great if they called it that from now on. Buckshot out of nowhere. Paige wins. He deserves it. Remember when we were all talking about Paige was going to be the next guy or the future guy? I think he still can be. I think he probably still will be, but it's just we're not talking about it anymore, really. Eric says, hey, man, just because I like him a lot, Dark Order gets involved. Wishful thinking. Maybe. I love Dark Order so much. Never change these guys. Ever. Keep them together from now until the end of time and never change them, especially John Silver. I'm here for the John Silver. Believe that. I'm here for John Silver. That's it. Timothy says, Heyman wins. Who's your pick? I go with the previous notion that Heyman Page goes over and Taz turns on Cage. I'm with that. Let's talk about the Casino Battle Royale match. Hold on, kids. Brace yourselves. Here we go. Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Penta El Zero Miedo, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, The Blade, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana. Boom, boom. Colt Cabana. Nothing. Preston Vance, Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, QT Marshall, Nick Camarado, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Johnson, and we don't know who. I think Samoa Joe. That's what I think. Now, is it going to be true? I don't know. You can never can tell. We'll see. I do know this. Whoever wins the Casino Battle Royale will get a future AEW World Championship match. What do you guys think? Please? What do you think? Who do you got? Hit me. Will says, anyone is better than your boy Cameron Grimes? Oh, Will, for your sake, I wish you hadn't said that. Will, because Will, if you don't like Cameron, you're really not going to like this.
Cameron Grimes.
I mean, Will, how do you hate on the excellent, the amazing, the great? Will, why do you get mad that always wants to tell you
I'm going to the moon?
And Will, I got news for you, my friend. How can I wrap this up? Will, lean close. Pull the phone closer to you. This is important. Turn the volume way up. Max it out. Because, Will, if you don't like Cam Grimes,
you can kiss my grin.
Ha! You asked for it. You wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the world. Cameron Grimes. Ha! Ha ha! Eric is picking Christian Cage. You don't want Christian Cage to go over in the Battle Royale? Wouldn't it make sense, though, if he did? Wouldn't it make sense? I mean, I think. Straight to the moon. Do you think anybody here would get that, Chris? Like, I totally get it. I don't know. Does anybody get that reference? How many old guys we got here today? Don't talk about it. I'll just get depressed with myself. Oh, Ray just had a birthday. I forgot about you, Ray. Ray, you were late today. Late people don't get buttons, Ray. You got to earn that cookie, Ray. People got to earn the cookie. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get a cookie. You don't just hand you, hey, you want a cookie? You don't just get handed a cookie. You earn the cookie, Ray. You ain't earn a cookie. Ray, who you think you are, Ray? But because you're a fan, you're a top fan, I'll give you this. You just had your name next to his picture. That's got to make your day, man. Shut up. Shut up. You better be happy. Cherie says Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, are you picking Brian for the win? Gene says, I love to see Jungle Boy win. Guys, give me your picks. What if the surprise wrestler was Jay Lethal? It would mean that AEW is doing business with ROH, which, by the way, I would love to see. But if ROH was involved, I don't think ROH would be involved. Because isn't the story always been they kind of taught the Bucks how to do a live TV show? And they maybe wouldn't want anything to do with AEW? In my opinion, you get over yourselves and you look at what's best for your company. What's best for your company is building your brand and building your roster and getting more nationwide exposure. But maybe I'm crazy. Have Christian do what Edge did at the Royal Rumble. Oh, Cam. Stop what you're doing. Was it? Right, stop what you're doing. Because I'm about to ruin the image of the style that you're used to. I look funny, but you are making money. See? So, world, I hope you're ready for me. Oh, my God. I'm going to start doing the songs. Good stuff. Everyone read this. How tempting is it for Tony Khan and AEW to put Christian Cage in the number one spot, have him last the whole thing, win the match, just like Edge did with the Royal Rumble? God, Cameron, you're the man. I can't do any better. I cannot do any better. See that, Cam? You've impressed people. Look at that. I can't do any better. Ray, I love you. Let go of the CM Punk stuff. I'm not opposed to it. I love Punk, but I think it's over. I just think it's done. Magnus is a mystery person, so it's Nick Aldis. Oh, I don't hate that either. What if it's Rich Swann? Victor says. Man, you've blown Cameron. You've done it, man. You've blown people's minds. I love it. Look, Bo Dallas enters, pulls a Rusev by coming under a new persona. Miro did it. Oh, that's different. That's different. Andrade. Yeah, I said Andrade earlier. I'd be okay with that too. But God, I love Cam's idea. All right. Do I love it because AEW would be ripping off WWE? No. But I just love it because it's such an aha, like hand to the forehead kind of thing. Well, of course they'll do that. I kind of hope they don't. I love Christian. I really do. I was the guy during Christian's world title runs that I couldn't get enough of it. All I need is just one more shot. One more chance, right? Love it. I love that guy. Do I want to see this happen? Right? All right, folks. Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Gogo. What do you think of all this going on with Rhodes and the Nightmare Family and everything? Are you into it? What do you think about the Gogo guy? I think he's got potential. I don't know what kind of potential he's got, or how high of a threshold he has. Maybe that's still to be determined, but we'll see. What are you guys thinking about this match? Please don't bag on Cody unless you just feel led to. Unless the spirit leads you to do it, my friends. I just, what good's it do, right? I want to see what everybody thinks about this. Gogo's got a tremendous upside. I like him more now than I did before. Working Cody in a prime spot on a pay-per-view is not going to be lost on Gogo. He knows how big that is. Trust me. I'm sure he does. Okay. But, what will it do for him moving forward? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Shannon says Cody gets a lot of unnecessary hate. He does. He gets a lot of criticism that maybe is warranted to a certain degree. But hate, yeah, any hate's unnecessary in my opinion, unless you're just an absolute D-bag, right? For one night only, the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. We're not going to talk about that promo. That promo is still yikes. Vic says it's to get Anthony over. Yeah, okay. I mean, you probably so. Shane still wants to see Cowboy James storm the casino battle. Well, we'll see. It could be. I mean, dude, he's basically an independent contractor. They all are, right? Dashing Cody Rhodes, Sandy says. It's good stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Listen, I said this last week and I stick to it. It's his dad. Dusty's his dad. He can call himself whatever he wants. This idea of you shouldn't call yourself, shut up. You don't know. It's his family. He's got the word dream tattooed on his bicep. Leave him alone. It's his dad. For God's sake. Let him pay tribute to the man as he sees fit. Mystery person is Kenny Omega. Boom, mind blown. Elvis is trying to compete with what Cam said. That's not, I mean, it's different. Mystery person, Kenny in the match to be the number one contender. Yeah. Let's see. Gogo has some upside as a monster heel. Think Cody will put him over. Yeah. After each talk, Eric says, we need your opinion on who's winning. The Casino Battle Royale, I'm going to say Christian. I didn't give you that, did I? Biggest problem with Cody is that stupid strip where he can never be at the top for a title. That and him letting TNA run wild in this show. Yeah. I have to believe the stipulation was put there for a reason. They've always maintained that they want to establish a continuity, right? That it's about once we say something, we're going to stick with it. I respect that. I do think that the circumstances, the odds around that are just huge. The expense of that. What's the word I'm looking for? The price that you pay for that stip is big. I agree with you. It's very odd. Very odd. Tim says Anthony Gogo is next big star. People should be talking about him. He'll be main event star in the next couple of years. You heard it from me. Wow. Big vote of confidence from Timothy. Yeah, he never came out to deal with the club. Yeah, good call. Yeah. Just wrestling Cody puts him up. I agree. Too soon for a win, Toby says. We shall see. Let's talk about the TNT Championship. Miro versus Lance Archer. Who's looking forward to this? Besides me, show of hands. Show of hands. Hit me. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to this match. This is going to be so much fun. Miro does not get enough credit. I said it. I don't care. If you don't agree, go with God. She'll disagree with you, but you can go with her all day. Here's my opinion. This match is going to be so much fun. Everybody dies. Just saying. Man, I'm looking forward to this. I think this could steal the show. This card is packed. 10 matches. Oy vey. 10 matches. How many? 10 matches. It just gives me an excuse to do this. How many matches on this card? 10. What? I said there's 10 matches on the card. What? There's 10 matches on the Double or Nothing card. What? I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore with him. Once you get him started, he never stops. Sugar Shane says it's time for Arn to turn on Cody. I do see that turn coming. I completely agree, Shane. I don't know with who, but I completely agree. I don't think it'll be with the Gogo. I think it could just be on his own, or he ends up with the Pinnacle because Tully's there. I do think that's coming as well. And please, people, if Archer loses, he's not buried. Stop. Thank you, Toby. I totally agree with you. Completely agree. Glad Miro got away from Kip Sabian and the best man stuff. This is the Miro that we need. I absolutely agree with that as well. Ricardo says everybody dies, but Lance is going first. Miro wins. They kind of set up Lance to the point that he needs this, doesn't it? Haven't they? Maybe this should be like a best of 3. Maybe this should have 3 matches total. I don't know. I don't know if this will be the first and last time we'll see these. It'll be the first time. It won't be the last time, in my opinion. I'm picking Miro for the win by hook or by crook. Tim says Miro retains his TNT title. I agree. Can you tell we're trying to wind down here, folks? Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker, AEW Women's World Championship. Who do you guys got in this match? First off, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. This match has potential to steal some spotlight as well. This is such a good card. How do you not want to watch this card? Shut up. Shut up. So much fun. But that's my kid. That's my kid. Yep. He stayed the night at a friend's house last night. Him and that kid are tied thick as thieves, baby. Thick as thieves. If one of them ever gets if one of them ever knocks off a liquor store, I'll know the other one helped him do it. I don't want it to happen. I'm on the record. So anyway, anyway, where was I? What do you guys think about this? Who you got? You got Baker or you got Shida? I think this is Baker's match to win. I think you're going to see Britt Baker as a new AEW World Women's Champion. Now, I could be wrong. It's interesting to see her being the pushy heel challenger who's always talking about I'm the best and no one believes me, that kind of thing. But I think it's time, in my opinion, to give her the belt. What do you guys think? Shane says Britt Baker all day. This match will steal the show. Britt has and needs to be. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ricardo says Baker's time has come to rule the division. I agree with that as well. I think you put this semi-main. I don't know if they will. In my opinion, this would be semi-main. But if the Pinnacle Stadium Showdown with the Inner Circle goes on last, then probably the world title match would be semi-main. That'd be fine too. That could follow it up. But if not, maybe you put a third match semi-main event and then put the women and then put the main event. I think it'd be fine. They need to redo the title. It's too small. It does look, it's like the classic old school women's championship, the one that Moolah had for years, isn't it? Like the really tiny belt. Chris says Shida's had it too long. I don't know about too long, if I agree with that, but I get where you're coming from. It's been a long time. It's been long enough for her personally. Now that I agree with for sure. And that leads us, kids, to what could or could not be the main event. Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Orange Cassidy, AEW World Championship. So, who you got? Just go ahead and end the match now and give the belt or just tell Omega, keep the title, stay in the dressing room. I think Omega's in the Roman Reigns spot right now where you can't just beat him just because you want to. There's got to be a story there. There's got to be something there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I don't see it happening right now. Okay. My take. I think they're saving that for the great big worldwide stage of New Japan or whoever. I just don't, in my opinion, I don't think it's happening right now. We've heard too many rumors and such about Okada and Omega. Kenny winning with some cheap cheating. Not like Adam Cole would ever do that, right, Ray? Carlos says, nope, Orange wins. Wow, Carlos is going with Cassidy. Shannon says Omega wins. Toby says it'll be a great match, but no shot Kenny loses. Elvis says Kenny Omega retains. Keith voting Omega, but this should be fun. Serious though, Omega. Yeah, Omega will. Yeah, I agree. I think you will. Eric says Orange gets beat, but then reveals he never signed the contract they have been pressuring him to sign, so then sets up a singles Omega versus Orange match. But if he won this match, he wouldn't get the title. So what would be the point of getting in the ring with him? I don't hate your idea. It's different. You know what I mean? I like different. Different's good. Their kids are your WWE headlines for the week, the big ones, and AEW Double or Nothing. Guess what happens now? Bam. It's the open floor. This is your opportunity. Talk amongst yourselves while I have a drink of coffee. I'll be right back. Chris says Omega has to hold the title. Yeah, has to. What they should be advertising is Kenny Omega or, right? Kenny Omega's card subject to change. You're totally right. But for purposes of kayfabe, put it underneath his name with an asterisk, card subject to change. And they could always explain, look, he may not have the title then. Yeah, they kind of tell themselves, don't they? Where is Kairi Sane? To my knowledge, Toby, she is still in Japan. Does anybody have any other news on Kairi Sane? There were rumors going around that she was going to come back, but I don't know if that's going to happen yet. Things are opening back up. What kind of shape is Japan in right now? I keep hearing stories of another strand of the virus going on in England right now. Is last time I heard. I don't stay as up to date on as I was before, honestly, because I just kept up with it for so long. Chris, I'm gonna be straight with you. I have not watched the Warrior doc. Don't hate on me. Here's why. I've seen so much on Warrior. I've seen so much on Owen. I've seen so much on Pillman. AEW is cashing in on the dark side of the ring with Vice, and I totally get it. WWE is trying to get their money off this too, and I totally get that as well. At the same time, there's so many sad stories in the business, and I don't need everything to be, butterflies, rainbows, unicorns all the time. I don't need that, but I also don't need everything to be. It's the underbelly. It's the seedy underbelly of pro wrestling. It's the dark side that you never heard. It's the story that no one ever told you, but guess what happened? It's the terrible, and there's murder, and there's drugs, and there's a lot of cocaine. There's cocaine everywhere, and everybody's getting killed. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I just don't know if I want to. And plus, it's almost like, how many more times can we retell this story and these stories? Now, Chris, to answer your question specifically, for all I know, the documentary was really good. Maybe it is. So I'm not giving it a chance. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Snoop or Has or Nas, and who's your favorite baseball player? Mine is Hank. I'm not into baseball. Never been into it. Ty Cobb, he didn't take crap off anybody. Ty Cobb was the Eddie Kingston of baseball. And Snoop, by the way. Snoop all day. Ricardo says, where'd you go? Robbie, I'll come back to you. Lethal Weapon fan here. Can we get I'm too old for this hot garbage? Well, I can't say the S word on here. Or just use the word I'm too old for this. Ooh, a non-pro wrestling button on the pro wrestling show. I don't hate that, Ricardo. By the way, I still haven't done the ding dong hello, Shannon. My apologies. Robbie says best AEW biography, AEW was Booker T Sunday. Is Mick Foley's. I love Mick. I read his autobiography years ago in 3 days, and it was 600. Yeah. Pardon me. Mick's an excellent writer. Mick's an excellent writer. Kind of sound like Rain Man there for a second, didn't it? My bad. Toby, are you splitting? Thanks for hanging out, my friend. Yes, look what Toby said, kids. Happy Memorial Day to all. Don't forget what the holiday is about, and bliss. There you go. Yes, sir. Oh, Shane, I'd love to answer this. What match you looking forward to the most at Proving Ground? I don't know if I have one, but if you put me on the spot, and put me on the spot, I'll say the main event. The first time the women have ever main evented God bless, I got AW on the brain now. High Velocity Wrestling. It'll be Sadie Moss, Hayden Ramsey, and Kayla Marie in the main event for the first ever HVW Women's Championship. Everybody go follow High Velocity Wrestling. The purple and black logo on the Facebook is where it's at. I'm the social media director for HVW. Next Saturday, we'll be live in the living color streaming that night. I will put links up everywhere. Tom Clark's main event will not be here next Friday. A word of warning to everyone here. It's a programming note on the show. I will post it throughout the week so everybody knows. Okay. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We're going to get out of here. Give me one more something good. Give me something good. Somebody hit me with something good. I want to leave on a high note. Give me a good high note. I want a good positive note to go into the weekend with. Shannon says, Tom, did you see where WWE has just lost sight of the Fiend's character? Not sure if it's true. I don't know. We'll see when he comes back what they're going to do with him. I would think it should be Bray's option when he does, but it's that company. You know how they roll. Timothy says, which match are you looking forward Sunday, Double or Nothing? I don't know. That's hard. I'm going to say Archer and Miro for sure. Becky returns July 19th with fans. I'll be down with that. Chris says, I like your bass. That's a Squire PJ bass. So there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the boy. What's up, kid?
It's too hot outside.
Well, then why you been outside?
Because we had to walk up here.
Hey, come here. Everyone's going to say hello to you. Come say hello.
Wow.
Say hi to the boy and the dog.
He ain't up here.
We're on the... I know he's not up here. Where's Mom?
Oh, in the bathroom?
The bathroom. Gross. All right, kids. JD says congratulations because we posted you online as having graduated to the 7th grade. You're getting too old, kid. Knock it off. We're going to put a brick on his head so he stops the growing. You're so tall now, you're not even in the camera anymore. And used to, when I started this 2 years ago on here, you were like down here with me, and now you're way up there. It's insane. Nordberg on the police squad. Anybody get that one? Naked Gun? Nordberg? Oh, Nordberg. You got something on the side of your mouth. No, the other side. And a piece of banana falls down. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to get out of here, kids. Thank you to everybody who watched the show today. Means loads to me. Thanks as always for hanging out. I do very much appreciate it. Watch Double or Nothing this Sunday. I plan on it. I hope you do as well. Promises to be a good show. Next Saturday, please, 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 and thank you. Watch HVW Proving Ground. Yours truly will be the play-by-play man doing his thing. I will post the link everywhere I possibly can on my page, on the HVW page, on YouTube, everywhere, baby. So please and thank you. Go check out the show. I promise you're going to have fun. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have so much fun. Wish you could all be there with us. Thanks again, kids, for watching. Everybody have a great weekend. Have a safe, happy, and healthy Memorial Day, okay? We'll see you next week on HVW Proving Ground and see you in 2 weeks right here, Tom Clark's Main Event.